ourselves or get our heads out of this Nigeria wahala. The small money that we have, we can use it to buy small fish and do small pepper soup or cook small soup. And enjoy ourselves. My name is Esther Wachiku. I'm delighted to be with you this evening on the Evening Rush. And as you do know, it's a partial full house because aside from the hot topics that we'll look into very briefly, we're going to be stepping down. I want to step down. To be honest with you, I'm tired. Everywhere is just bono. What is hot, spicy in Yoruba? Ogbono feli. Everywhere is ogbono feli. You know, we need to water down. We need cold water. We need ice block. Cause this time around, please, nobody can come and kid yourself for anybody. Rara. We cannot get to that level. So if you are just joining us for the very first time, I would implore you to go to our YouTube channel. Click on the search bar on your YouTube application, type at VOP 903 FM. We're streaming live there, so you can join us and be part of the conversation this evening. You can virtually join us as well on the conversation. Beyond that, you can actually subscribe to my YouTube channel at Estic Media, ESTIQMEDIA. On socials is at Esther Waz on Instagram and Esther Wachiku on Facebook. So yes, what are we going to be looking into in the Evening Rush today as our hot topics? So quite enough, obviously, Rivers State is in the news, so whether we like it or not, there are several reactions on that, but we'll not be dwelling on it because I think I dwelled on it during the World News at 6. Today we want to look at other issues that transpired today. So Nnamdi Kanu went to court. He has started his trial with a new judge, Justice James Omotosho, and he released a letter. In that letter, you know, the lawyer Agabi, actually he has a new lawyer now, someone who is going to be part of his lead counsel, and Kanu Agabi is actually saying that, you know what, through on that letter, we are one Nigeria. We are together. We need to work together. We need to be together. But he used the opportunity to apologize to his legal counsel for what happened the last time he appeared in court. He also apologized to the prosecuting counsel. He also apologized to Nigerians as well, saying that he acted out of anger, which obviously may have, you know, put a peril on his case. And he also apologized to Justice Binta Inyako. A couple of critics said if only this was the approach he had applied all this while, maybe, just maybe, will no longer have any extension of this case for how long it has dragged on now. So he actually disclosed that attacking the court, attacking the book out of anger, it wasn't his intention to bring the court to disrepute, but you know, things have gotten to a point where he reacting the way he did. He sincerely does apologize for not putting himself in check, but I think a couple of us can understand the psychological strain he's been in ever since this whole situation occurred for almost 4 or 5 years right now. And so he actually called for peace, said that we need to be seen as a people who are irrepressible, and that the Igbos are forward-looking, they're hardworking and intelligent people. So they need to continue to be resilient as they are adventurous and fearless people. They need to continue, and that it will not be good for, you know, that particular region to be suppressed. So he apologized to everyone and said we do hope that this case will be accelerated. So his case has been adjourned to April, and we do hope that it will be expedient. The situation will be done expediently. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court today has rejected the Supreme Court's affirmed Udo Okoye as a national secretary, and Samuel Anyan was affirmed rather by the Supreme Court, but the PDP says that it is Ude Okoye who remains the national secretary. Well, for some persons, they believe that the Supreme Court needs to take its course, and they will only continue to work with whatever dealings that the Supreme Court has in store for them. For the PDP, they said Sunday Ude Okoye remains their PDP National Party Secretary, but the Supreme Court says no, it is Samuel Anyanwu that is the party's National Secretary, because the Supreme Court ordered the reinstatement of Senator Samuel Anyanwu and said the party's decision is in line with the Supreme Court ruling, and affirmed that the party's leadership positions are entirely internal affairs. Now, another issue that we're going to look into today, we'll speak on briefly, is the fact that the president's minister has knocked Peter Obi, El Rufai, and Atiku, and that they're going to knock politicians who will rely on sentiments. This was the Minister of State for Housing and Urban Development, Yusuf Atta. He said that the coalition formed by Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, and Nasir El Rufai will fail to unseat President Bola Tinubu in the 2027 elections. And this was a statement that he released in Kano Kanu after dismissed the coalition, insisting that that coalition is dead on arrival. I told you the APC has been so confident. They've been extremely confident on the fact that there is no coalition whatsoever that can dampen the spirit of the APC or that has the temerity to unseat the APC come 2027. That Tinubu has successfully implemented economic and political reforms since taking office in 2003, which has boosted political confidence in the administration. And he criticized Atiku as a serial contester, El Rufai as a desperate power seeker, and Peter Obi as a politician who feels ethnic and religious divisions. I'm like, wow, seriously, Peter Obi in the same sentence as ethnic and religious divisions? Because with what I've been seeing on social media lately, I think it's the reverse that's the case. It always feels like certain elements in support of whatever are the ones continuing with the ethnic divisions and sentiments. So it's surprising to have Peter Obi in that whatever. If you had said maybe he's been laid back or quiet or only just criticizes, fine. But ethnic and religious divisions? Okay, we'll see how that goes. My analyst in the studio will be talking to us about that. So he said that the president's leadership has stabilized the country, so that they've moved past the era of trial and error governance, and that politicians who lack clear ideology, rely on mere sentiments to garner support, will definitely be rejected in 2027. He cited the intervention in Rivers State political crisis as evidence of the president's governance abilities and concluded that the opposition coalition lacks credibility and public support, labeled its members as political jobbers who are seeking relevance. Meanwhile, all right, NAFDAC has destroyed about 1 trillion naira fake drugs and others in Anambra State. The National Agency for Food Administration and Control on Friday destroyed counterfeit, substandard, and fake pharmaceutical and other products worth over 1 trillion naira at the Anambra State Waste Management Authority dump site, Aguoka in Anambra State. The director of NAFDAC, Modishola Adeyeye, who performed the exercise at the dump site located in Oka South local government area of Anambra, said the affected products include analgene, controlled substances such as tramadol, 225 milligrams, amongst others. She also one of Adeye, who was represented by NAFDAC South A Zonal Coordinator and Director, Dr. Martins Uluyomade, said the fake, substandard, unregistered and expired drugs were confiscated from Onisha Bridgehead drug markets. And obviously, they spoke to journalists there, whereby before the items were destroyed, the NAFDAC boss reiterated their commitment to ensuring that food, drugs, cosmetics, medical devices, chemicals, packaged water and drinks are safe, wholesome and effective for human consumption. So I would say that this is a good development. NAFDAC has woken up to ensure that we no longer have the prevalence of fake drugs in our markets. We no longer have the prevalence of products that are, of low substance circulating in the market, where we know that it is important for us to consume items that are healthy and not items that will degenerate or disintegrate body systems. So it's quite an interesting notion, but we will see how we can continue from there in the conversation. Meanwhile, Igbo Nation's future US-based CSOs have charged Igbo leaders to unite for Nnamdi Kanu's release. The United States of America-based civil society organization CSOs, a Rising Sun Foundation, and ambassadors for self-determination, they have actually demanded that Igbo leaders in Nigeria and the diaspora rise in unity, working together to ensure that everything works in tandem. They also say that this is the only way through which Nnamdi Kanu's cause will be accelerated, and that Nigerians can work together as fast as possible to ensure that we have a unified country, and that they believe that the new case, or rather the new judge, would ensure that there is fairness and equity in the dispensation of justice and no bias, and neither would there be any executive influence. So they're calling for the unity of everyone, the unity of everybody, to come together and see how the nation can work well. Well, I think it's due time that we actually look into that, because whether we like it or not, Nigeria is going through through a lot this difficult time, and differences, especially differences that has been one of the very vital aspects that has kept us together for so long, is one of the angles that has supposedly put a distance or somehow, become frail. Politics has always been the factor that makes our unity frail. Politics has always been the factor that disintegrates our united front. So these and more in the course of the conversation are basically what we'll be looking into this evening. Let me introduce my guest in the studio today. I actually have right here Mr. Ola Emmanuel. Mr. Ola Emmanuel is a social and political commentator. Mr. Ola Emmanuel, thank you for joining me this evening. How are you?
I'm fine. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
What's up?
I'm good.
You sure?
Very well.
You okay?
Very, very sound.
Are you happy it's Friday?
Thank God it's Friday.
And obviously I have Mr. Lawal Ekundaya. Mr. Lawal Ekundaya, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
Better.
You're always better. You never say fine.
No, we are not fine in Nigeria now. Anybody who's fine should come out and tell us.
Some people are fine, though.
That means you have nothing to worry about. If you are fine, Abby?
Well, being fine is relative.
Okay.
Some people are very fine, Mr. Lawal Ekundaya. Trust me. All this cry, we are crying. No concern.
It doesn't get to all the people.
They are making their money, minding their business. Life is on smooth sail. Yeah. No wala for them. All this thing we will carry forward, no be their concern at all. So some people are doing very okay. Yeah. Have you been having electricity in your area for a while now?
It's irregular, it's fluctuating. That's it now. Irregular, fluctuating. Irregular means you can't pinpoint when you are going to have light or not. And then it's irregular.
Mr. Ola Emmanuel, what about you? Have you been having electricity in your axis as well?
The answer is yes and no.
Okay, irregular too, fluctuating too, just like what Lawal is saying.
It fluctuates. Electricity comes when they want to give it to you, and you cannot ascertain how long it will stay before they interrupt it.
Interesting.
And most of the time, they don't even give us electricity daytime. Okay. It's at the night they give it, and before you are ready to do one or two things again, they've taken it. So it's not constant.
I think it's a general thing because the way it has been lately and the weather has been so hot. Yeah. It's been actually very inconsistent, very, very inconsistent. I want us to take a listen to some of the youth, all right, in the Ijo youth who are calling on the president to please ensure that the right thing is done in the case of Rivers. We will talk about that, all right. I want us to just listen to reconciliation or a better aspect of things will be done before the 6 months, right, that the president has given as an estimation for a sense of normalcy or federalism to take place in River State. So let's just listen briefly to this.
Abuja, Communal, Nigeria, today, going by the recent declaration of the president of this country, Nigeria President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it is, of course, a rape to our democracy. It is a rape to the system of what we believe that originally would have lead us to a proper development and advancement of our system. I started by chanting the Aizor because the Aizor has been the chanting that has been a thorn in the flesh of many persons. When some persons will come out to the open media in saying that very soon Asawana will be a thing of the past. A minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria would look at himself and only discover one thing that has been a thorn of his flesh, saying Asawana will be of a thing of the past. Aizor, Asawana, we will not stop chanting the Asawana and let the Asawana kill whosoever that will want to be killed. The Ijaw people remains very fearless. We are quite, of course, very hospitable, accommodative. We accommodate everybody. We love our neighbors, our friends and brothers from various ethnic nationalities. The Ikweres, the Ogonis, the Urobo, the Shekiri, the Yorubas, the Hausas, the Igbos are our brothers. And for over time, the Ijaws have been trading and dealing with them peacefully, sharing our common wealth and God-given divine wealth without no grudges. The wealth which we are talking about has been the wealth that has been sustaining the nation Nigeria. We've never grumbled or complained. But today, this is where we have found ourselves, where the Ijaw nation today decisively or politically has been the problem of the country today, being by the declaration of our president, respected President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We respect him, he's our father, he's the president of the country. The Ijaw people will continually to support the system in growing and in advancing the cause. But what the Ijaw nation will not take and what the Ijaw nation will not tolerate is for one man to stand up in his right senses, as it may seem, to spit on the grave of our ancestors. The Ijaw nation will never tolerate that. Never. The Ijaw nation will never tolerate one man, one single man that the Ijaw nation spoon-fed, gave him life to breathe, gave him all it takes to become who he is today, to come and spit on the grave of our ancestors. Bokpo Sisi. Bokpo Sisi. We fear no evil. The Ijaw man fears no evil. We will rebel. We will go against it by every means necessary. Mr. President of this country, we are your people. We have loved your decisive and pattern of administration. The Ijaw people are still willing to work with you. We will work with you. We will work in seeing that you see the daylight and the prospects of what you have envisaged in putting this country in the right course. But please, kindly call the Minister of FCT to order. Call him to order that the Ijaw people are saying we will not want to see any form of such derogatory statements, disrespectful statement, abusive statement to the Ijaw ethnic nationality. This is where I rest my case.
All right. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Mr. Ola Emmanuel, can you briefly react to that? Because this thing where people derogate other people for political reasons, incite situations for political reasons, considering the fact that Nigeria's unity, if we are not careful, we'll use our own hands, all right, to disconnect it. And you would have expected that persons within the polity who occupy positions will always clamor for unity. There will be emblems, ambassadors, a representative of peace. But possibly because of the positions they acquire or they currently occupy, they can say whatever they like. But if you, as an ordinary Nigerian, says, this person is terrible, this person is not good, you are considered to be uncultured, you're considered to be rude, you're considered to be derogatory of a certain group of persons, you're derogating a certain location. How do you look at this?
Thank you, Esther. The issue here is that the wide gap between the reality that face us in Nigeria and the ideal things is very far. The statement I listened to now was coming from a pained heart. I think as much as he was angry, but I commend him for still saying that we thank Mr. President, we love his administrative prowess and approaches, and we are ready to work with him. So it means that irrespective of whatever is happening currently, knowing fully well the position of Ijaw nations in the economic contributions to this country, they are saying that it is expected that whichever decisions that they made at the up there, they should consider the Ijaw nations and not using one finger to pick them up. I think that's just one of the things. I feel the pain in his heart. He said that if you don't respect us and you spit at the grave of our ancestors, we will resist it with all we've gotten. So it's still a call to retrospect that they should look back and look at where things have gone wrong so that they can correct it. Without correcting it, it means that we are trading the peace, the integration of Nigeria, using the power that be to our personal benefit. And that's actually the challenge we're having in Nigeria. Most of the time, the politicians and the people in power promise equity, promise the rule of law, promise harmony, assuring Nigerians when they are coming into power of their determinations to bring about peace, development. But the truth is that in the since 1999 till date, there has never been any area of Nigerian, be it economy, infrastructures, education, security, that one can say that the First Assembly, the Seventh Assembly, the Sixth Assembly has been able to curb these issues, so the next one should be able to handle this. Rather, each time a particular tenure is over, it is a continuation of the previous problem that has faced us as a nation, which means that when they secure this through elections or selection, it means they get there and fold their hands to enjoy themselves, which will not take us to any promised land. It is important for us to consider one another, because it is not by mistake that God has brought us together, irrespective of our nationalities, that God has brought us together to call us a people of Nigeria. It is time for us to think back and know that people have a right to enjoy certain things as nationals in Nigeria. That's my take.
Mr. Ola Emmanuel.
Yes.
Mr. Lawa Ekundire. How do you react to this? Sure, you had it very well.
You know, see, my own, submission, observation on this thing is that what the German is that the topic of that, what the guy said over is based on one thing. That's it. All the other things he was saying was just saying all those ones in order to, kind of cover the whole thing and let the person they are speaking to know that we are speaking to you.
To you. Who are they speaking to?
Yes.
Who are they referring to?
They are masking every other thing but pinpointing the one they need. That's why at the end of that sentence or statement, he made a mention of something. He was talking about somebody, one person. He towards the end, he was saying one person. He keeps emphasizing that one person, that they gave that one person life. They, gave that person the support he needed to get to wherever he is now. And that one person is the one they see as the as the genesis of their problem. And that's what the whole thing is saying. They are talking to one person. That one person, you get it. That's why they use the first one as an introduction, very long introduction, to mask it, so that it will not look like something in which you say they want to fight. No, they are just telling one person. That's why I said it earlier on that some days ago, that Wike doesn't know that it came from somewhere. In Yoruba land, they will say Odo to gbagbe orisun.
Interpret.
O ma gbeni. That is a river that forgets its source will dry out. You get a source of a river is always very small.
Yeah, always.
This river Niger, as big as it is, so gigantic. If you know its source, you would use your leg to cross it. The source came from Futajano in Guinea. You use your leg to cross it. But here in Nigeria, it's a giant water. River. If you block that source, the whole river will start. It will become a trickle. That's what they are telling you. That you come from us, so you get it. You don't forget that you come from us. You are, you are coming back to us at a point. There will be a time in which this power will not be there again, and then you will come back, and then that source, you want to come back to. That's what they are telling. That's why that man keeps saying, that Ijaw guy.
Yes.
Keep saying one man. Keep saying one man. One man. And since we have not had we've not had Wike, it seems as I don't know whether it seems quiet recently. Okay. since the broadcast, the declaration of state of emergency, I've not had him come out as vocal as before. Have you? Maybe I don't know. Have you, Esther?
You see, the reason why he may not come out, if you permit me to say this, the reason why Wike may not come out or has not come, it could be that the state of emergency has been what he has been looking for.
Are you sure? Presidency don't want to say, see, guy, you better don't go and conduct any press conference because me and you know say now you foster this whole problem. So maybe he's been one to just mind himself.
I have a
okay. What's your position?
Or maybe that is not what he expected.
You maybe what was not what he expected.
The president. It could be.
No. Earlier that day, before the president made that declaration, we saw videos or pictures of the Senate president coming out of Wike's house. And earlier that day as well, the president was meeting with the security chiefs. So I think
was it one of those meetings? Was it part of the meetings?
Not really, but we know after that meeting or before that meeting, Akpabio went to see him.
No, I'm not talking about Akpabio. I'm talking about the president. You know, Wike has been very vocal. Any small thing will talk. But
that was a security meeting. That was a classified meeting. So obviously, Wike wouldn't say anything.
Do you know that the 27 lawmakers who defected, they've come out to voice their support for the...
Obviously, I mean, what did you expect?
But he has not spoken now. You know, he has been vocal more than every other person.
And that's why I came and told you that maybe possible because we were complaining that the president did not address one actor that was causing the volatility in the state, and that was Wike.
Yes.
Do you understand?
That's very
so
correct.
It's possible that, okay, you've gotten what you want, Abi. There's a state of emergency now. He's no longer the person governing that. The
Could
person,
have come out and say,
he doesn't have to. At the end of the day, the person who is there now, General Ibas, is a close friend and ally of Wike. So it's a win-win for him. So what would he want to start rallying and calling a press conference?
That is the reason why I said the declaration of the state of emergency has been what Wike wanted. If I made this state becoming unbearable for whosoever to me it may concern, and at the end of the day, the person who is the governor of the state is no longer in power, has succeeded in achieving my objective. You understand what I'm saying now? So for now, he may not want to say anything because he has gotten what he wanted. What he wanted is just to have a firm control of the state that Fubara will no longer be meaningful or make decisions. Are you getting what I'm saying? Now, let us not forget the fact that politics is a game.
It's always a game.
A very beautiful and hazardous game put together. While they scheme at each other, the person who is the smartest wins. So we shouldn't forget about that. And that's the reason why he's still watching things to know the next time. I was speaking this afternoon and I said something that I am not expecting anything big, better than what it is now, because the person who has been appointed to become the administrator is a close ally to the power that be. So he's been put there and will be dictated to as to whatever they expect him to do. And that was what I said in the afternoon. So it's still an issue. I have said also that the whole thing that we're looking at, these are issues that could have been clamped upon long ago. But we all watch and begin to see these things unravel. We watch it play until it has come to this stage where declarations of emergency has been made. That case is an issue of personal an individual fighting the entire state. And it's completely unwise. It's completely uncivilized. We can't continue to have to be able to see development in true sense when peace is not in place.
Interesting view. All right, let's look at a situation like this. For example, in where we live in Rivers. In fact, the case of Rivers, a lot of persons are still nursing from how the entire scenario turned up. But as it stands now, the presidency has asserted that it's the way it's supposed to be, and they're saying that the president made the right call, made the right decision. So there'll still be developments. The Senate president has actually said that there is an expectation that while a committee is set up to resolve the issues there and the warring parties come together and an agreement is met or signed, then, it's possible that, Fubara will be recalled before the expiration of 6 months. So maybe in the next 1 month or 2 months thereabout. It depends on how quick they're able to resolve the imbroglio.
You see, it's like putting the cat before the horse.
Okay, well, why do you say so?
I mean, when this crisis, that's why I was wondering, why did the National Assembly not come in all this one? You could have set up a committee. Okay, what is happening in this area? Let us set a committee to investigate what is going on.
They never did.
Now that the state of emergency, they are now talking about committee. When I read that,
I don't understand.
I began to wonder.
I don't understand.
I mean, I it's like maybe there are two Nigeria. I don't know.
There is not two Nigeria. Nigeria just won now. Congratulations to us. We're leading.
Oh,
yes.
That's great.
We're leading.
That's great. That's
great. Sir, I thank God this Friday is good. So, why is it that when it comes to football, we are all one? I don't understand this Nigeria.
You know why? Because that is why FIFA made it. They made it compulsory that no interference in football activities in your country. If you do, they will sanction you.
Okay.
That's why they made it football federation. You get? It's not more. It's not association. No. It's football NFF. That's the whole with every other country plus FIFA. They don't because they know what the government can do.
Yeah.
That's why they make sure
that has been the case over the years.
It's a word on the screen.
Yes, over the years you discover that for people to come to the national team, you see persons dragging who to put listening to.
Well, whichever way we like it, Nigeria has won. Congratulations to us. Okay, I think that can help us to
dampen
small. We are better.
We are better, right?
We are better. Exactly. So you were saying something before I interrupted with the football thing. You've lost your train of thought. Mr. Ola Emmanuel, you were saying something.
The issue, like we keep saying, is this. Mr. Lawal said that ideally the National Assembly would have stepped into the situation before it had gotten to this point.
Okay.
But the question is that why didn't they do that? I have come to say this over and over that the Nigerian political system and those people in power always they do all these things just to distract Nigerians from focusing on their deficiencies. Because if that is not their intention, a case that has started over how many months, over how many years?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying now? And they are watching it. There is no day issues of Rivers State does not come to the national news. They watch it, they see it, they have meetings, they discuss it within themselves. Even if it is not on a national level, at a national level, they discuss it and look at what plays out. Wike is at Abuja, is a minister of the FCT. He's been there. There is no way the senators and the House of Reps and the ministers will tell me they didn't know about it. But because they did not attach any importance to these subject matters of peace running away, and that's the reason why you see it did not come. It still shows to you that the Nigerian politician, like I've said in March 2024, that the enemy of this great nation, the devil of this great nation, is not the devil we used to think about. There are the politicians from the presidency to the local government, because the interest of the masses, 200 million Nigeria, is not actually what they have at heart, but what they stand to gain. And that's the reason why it is not only in, it's not only in Rivers State we're having issues. If you go to several, I can name 1, 2, 3, 4 states that have 1 or 2 issues of maladministrations, issues confronting somebody telling you, I want to become the superior. Whatever I want is what you as a governor will do. If you did not do what I want you to do, then we're going to be having a... So there is a fallout in several states, except on some few, which shows that it is not the interest of Nigerians that is actually what they have, but the personal benefit they tend to get.
That's it now.
It's quite unfortunate.
That's why I say we have to. It's like, to me, in practice, we have two Nigeria. Okay. The Nigeria of the masses and the Nigeria of the elite, the politician, the elite. Okay. So when it comes to the constitution, if you are in the Nigeria of the masses, the constitution will work 100% on you. You get it. If it comes to the elite, the constitution is always, begging them.
It can be twisted.
Like what happened in National Assembly. I mean, in the Senate, in which you are complaining that someone, you get it, did not follow the ethics of your rules and regulation. And you yourself, you are even flaunting the rules and regulation yourself. I get what I'm... So you suspend that person, who will suspend you? Or maybe when... what's the name of this? When they were debating this issue of the presidential... this thing we are talking about.
state of emergency. The state of emergency.
Mm-hmm. And then you saw the Senate president shout, shouting somebody down that you should keep quiet. I was a governor. You are also a governor. I mean, what has that got to do with that person speaking his own his own side? You get it? Mm.
It shows. It shows. No, I have said this, and
again, I mean, is there? Are you not from the same? I mean, you all decided to elect the Senate president or the speaker.
Yeah.
You know, after 4 years, he can still come back. Even before the end of that 4 years, he can still come back and be an ordinary member.
That's true. It's possible.
So then we now see some kind of this demigod. The moment they are elected into that place, they become some kind of demigod up there, while the others are just
and that is because of the kind of power that has been vested on them.
Well, 12 governors elected on the platform of the PP will be challenging the suspension of the River State Governoring Court. Makinde said that irrespective of feelings and loyalty, democracy must be protected at all costs, adding that the suspension of the governor and the legislative arm of government was illegal. And also, I think the Ijo Youth Council has gone to the ECOWAS court about this.
Yes.
They are no longer comfortable how things went. But who is in charge of ECOWAS?
Well, it involves the person who is in charge of ECOWAS. I think the Nigerian president.
Exactly.
Yes, but be that as it is, let us say something. The fact that the lion is big and powerful does not mean that ant will not survive in the forest. Let's keep that in mind. The fact that the Nigerian president becomes the head of the ECOWAS does not mean that other countries' president will not see the truth and not say it. So I'm not moved by the fact that the president of Nigeria is the chairman of ECOWAS and all that. The point is that the constitution does not give the president the power to suspend a sitting governor. Yes, the state of emergency, he can declare it, but not suspending the governor and the deputy and the elected. It is undemocratic to have that be. And that's the reason why the judge say, no, we are not comfortable with this. And if we launch a complaint here in Nigeria, the point is that who is going to help us? And that's the reason they go to the ECOWAS. And they are looking to see what the ECOWAS will be able to do to redeem or remedy what injustice Mr. President has done. But you know too well, like I said, anytime you take your case to a court where your enemy is the judge, you have a problem with equity. So that's just my take on that.
Another thing is this.
Yeah.
In Yoruba, there's a proverb in Yoruba, they say, that is coming. You have to use net quickly. You get it to capture it. Now, another proverb again says that ìkòkò gbé ọmọ adẹ́tẹ̀ wọ́n ní èèmọ̀ lọ́ndù. Ńgbà tó gbé ọmọ ọba wọ́n ní nǹkan dé wàhálà dé. You know the meaning of that proverb?
Interpret now.
Yeah, I will.
Mr. Olayinka, you don't know it.
It's a big one.
Thick go. Okay. Interpret.
It means that when the wolf, you get it,
hiccups.
Yes, snatched the child of a leprosy, of a
leprotic person. Yes.
Maybe a destitute. They say that one is not.
It's just one of those things.
Yes, one of those things.
But when it picks the child of a king, they say there's a problem, there's a challenge.
Singing, you know.
Yes, that let's us rise up and attack.
No. That's what it's saying.
That's
now,
the proverb.
Look at it now. In
Rivers.
Thank you.
Yes.
In Rivers, this thing has declared. Others are now afraid. That is, other governors are now beginning to think that when will this thing not come to us? That's a call, because in Borno we know what's going on there.
Yes.
In Kano, well, we know what's going on. There's a tussle between two emirs.
Yes. Sanusi and the other guy.
Instead of it might come to that area too, they will start looking at themselves. In Kano, Kaduna, Niger State, in Zamfara, in Benue.
Yeah.
Even in Ondo, that will say this Fulani whatever is happening. You can see that there can be so many reasons now
for the state of emergencies to be declared.
It may not even happen.
There are permutations that the next state to fall into this whole political strategy is
Kanu.
no, Mr. Kanu. Ocean State.
Okay, it's coming to.
You saw the issue that is going on within
yes,
the
there's a
communal
clash.
crisis.
Yes, there is a
30 persons got
between
injured. I don't know
two,
if they
yes.
underplayed it.
Yes.
There is now almost a 24-hour curfew imposed. All right, in the state because of this communal clashes. Remember the other time the governor called out the president and said that somebody's reporting to the Inspector General of Police or something about the control, security, whatever of the state. I remember, if you recall that time when Governor Adeleke called out the IGP, the Inspector General of Police, said that Boyega is working against the state by using the police because he's reporting directly to the president and all that from Abuja, controlling the security affairs in his state. So a lot of persons are saying this could be another means or a strategy through which the APC is able to get that state, or when this kind of uprisings start coming up, another state of emergency will be declared or something like that. Do you see anything like that happening?
Why not? Like, what is going on now?
Communal clashes still happen, but it's but you remember, was it in 2002 when Obasanjo was the president? It was this kind of clash in Jos that called for a state of emergency, where the governor of the state was suspended. At the time, Joshua Darie, because I was in secondary school then. I remember that I was about to go to, I think I was in JSS 3. I was to enter SS 1 when that crisis started. We couldn't resume school because no school could resume at the time. This was in 2000, either 2002 or 2000, and between 2001 2002 thereabouts, that period. The governor of the state was suspended, remember, because it was very heated. Persons were killed. Seriously, it was
every day.
It was bad. There was a curfew. Soldiers came all over, they surrounded the entire street, entire region.
That was true.
So it's almost similar to what is exactly happened in this community in Osun State. So would that propel this, the president to declare a state of emergency?
What is going on? Because even some people in the assembly and the Senate, were saying something about the constitution, that this thing is not constitutional, but they keep, they were shut down. They were not allowed to speak it out. You understand what I'm saying? So it can come up. It can come, even the one of maybe two sit at home in the east can be an excuse to declare.
Which is an...
The East is already militarized,
yes,
so there's no point of declaring a state of emergency because you already have heavy military presence there.
No, but they have not suspended the governor. By the time
the governor actually called for that, so obviously for them,
did they wait
it's
for
an APC state now. No, it's an APC state, and the governor, that's the... almost the leader of the governors forum. Isn't all Hope Uzodinma?
Yes.
They can't declare state of emergency.
You see, all these things that we are saying shows that Nigeria is not settled. You see, we should stop playing this game of saying that all is well with Nigeria. All is not well with Nigeria. The truth is that there is freedom of information. The bill has been passed, but we lost it to the power that be. That no Nigerian will be free to express his or herself in the face of these things that are not right. Because if you do, they'll pick you. I've said it here some times ago that Nigeria is a country, is a nation whereby somebody who committed an act is allowed to move freely, and somebody who complained about the act committed is being arrested.
The one that will be arrested for what? Defamation of character.
Yes.
Or whatever.
So these are all. It is not. This thing is not starting today. It is not something of yesterday. So that's why I keep saying that all these problems are all corrupted. It is something they look at that. What next do we do to have people busy on the media? What next do we do to have people losing focus on whatever we have failed to do or to achieve, so that they are buying into times that the moment it is 2026, what happened next? Election campaign begin, and before you know, everybody forget that whatever is happening now. As we speak,
nobody can forget to.
See, even if you are saying it, the point is that what happens when after you said it? The particular issues, like when we talk about Godswill Akpabio, Is it not true that he has cases in the court? Is it not true that he has cases with EFCC? Is it not true that he has cases with DSS? Is it not? So are you looking at it now? How many times has this person appeared in court and then have the case been handled? Several other governors. You will almost all the governors in Nigeria have issues of corruption, charges against them, yet nothing is being done. And that's why I keep saying, for those of us who can be bold to say these things on the media like this, you don't even know what next is going to happen to us. But most of them, they say, just let them talk. Maybe that's where they are feeding from. Are you getting what I'm saying now? So every crisis in Nigeria have a sponsor. Every crisis.
Mr. Lawan Akundare, do you think our judiciary has become so what you call politicized?
You are telling me something that is written in the air, whether I should read it.
Because there was a protest.
Everybody has been reading it. And
civil society organizations held a peaceful march, I think earlier this week, where they're asking the president to wade into the alleged politicization of the judiciary in the country. In fact, the protesters brandished several banners and placards with inscriptions as "Enough of crooked court orders. We want independence of the judiciary. Save the Nigerian judiciary. The time is now. Corrupt judges must be expunged from the system now." They marched to the road linking the Federal Secretariat complex to the precinct of the Court of Appeal to register their grievances on the alleged abuse of the judiciary. And they are calling on the president to wade into the matter. They are saying the president should come and intervene, that the judiciary has been highly politicized, that they do not even understand who or where the judiciary stands with or stands for. Yes. Like the judiciary has become so partisan in the way it's been controlled lately. And they are now asking the president to intervene. Please do. So is it the president that will tell the judiciary to uphold justice?
Like they are missing. They are
no, I think it's a diversionary tactic. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Let's just call the president into it. Whatever it is, just call president inside it.
One thing is this. We know that it is the presidency, the executive, that have pocketed the judiciary. You are not telling the executive to come to your aid, to come to your aid, to release the judiciary. They themselves, pocketed. You should. It's the assembly that's supposed to do that now, and the assemblies are busy, and what they are busy about has nothing to do with Nigeria. You get what? They should be protesting in front of the House of Assembly now.
That's it was in Abuja now. It was in Abuja they went.
Not the presidency now.
And they shall call presidency.
You see, if you look at all these things we do, protests, placards, all those things, they are just scenes for the world over to watch us. Nigeria have come again. Episode 1, in this, she's in that, and all that. The reason is this: the person who tells you to stone the glass know that when you stone it, the glass will get broken. And you go ahead to stone the glass, and you now come back to say, look, people are talking as I've stoned the glass. What do you expect that person to say? Because he asked you to do that. So running back to the National Assembly and ask them who are the architects. From 2000 till date, 1999 till date, that democracy came to be. Which states, which persons, which court has actually handled issues that has been brought or reported to the judge and the court that has been handled squarely for anybody to give Nigeria Gbosa? There has not been anyone. And that's because the judiciary, the executive, and their parliament, they are having a very smooth romance. And as long as that continues, I'm telling you, I keep saying this.
Are they not supposed to be having a smooth romance?
No. You don't check. How would there be checks and balances?
That's not checking if you are
smiling. There'll be no checks and balances when you're smiling at each other. Anytime serious issues
just
of
like
content.
I'm smiling.
Please, let me give you a very good example. Just give me 1 minute.
All right.
Look at this Kemi in UK.
She's
in Nigeria. When she's speaking to the prime minister, you think he's speaking to somebody, our own son.
I'm telling you.
If you see,
I will bet that. Have you seen them? Not just her. It's like that in that parliament.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying.
The opposition.
When you are there, you know that yes, I am in the midst of a country that is that wants to develop.
But they do what you call intellectual engagement.
Yes.
The banter is on facts and points. And if your point and your banter is obviously not reflecting, you've actually lost down.
That's it.
That's what has happened with other prime ministers. Let me tell you something. It's actually quite funny because that's why I was asking the question about Nigerian opposition. Somebody said something on X that Tinubu understands the acrid politics we play here. Somebody was also making reference to when Jonathan was the president and Tinubu played the role of an opposition. That Jonathan was weak for not suspending the governors in the states that he declared a state of emergency. Although I did not buy that idea because I feel like that's unconstitutional. You're saying that the president not acting unconstitutional meant that he was weak. So the way you prove strength is by acting constitutional. This is what a supporter was saying. But that they are not asking the opposition not to play the role of opposition. But what is going on with the opposition now? Because Tinubu was a strong opposition. Everything that is going on now, he did the reverse. He condemned the state of emergency that was declared by Jonathan, even by Obasanjo. He condemned the fuel removal, the subsidy removal at the time.
He sponsored
Occupy Nigeria protest.
He sponsored protest.
All the APC might and whatever, they all came out. He also condemned INEC as an institution. We have that video. INEC was vehemently condemned. So why is it that everything that happened at that time, it's not something that can be applicable now?
It's a game. Let me do this. Sorry, sir. Let me do this so that people will know. There was even one of the videos that said that we are tired of what standing at Abuja and coming to make declaration that we're not seeing anything. We will not allow it again. Now, when it came to his turn, he reduced Nigerians to a particular location. If you want to protest, come to this place and stand here and make it known to people you are not comfortable. Whereas, I think, is it Sani? There's this other senator, or is it House of Rep member or minister?
Uba Sani.
No, Sani Ahmed or something like that.
Yeah, the person that told us about their salary now. It's not that one.
Thank you. So
it's not Uba Sani, it's Yusuf or something.
Somebody Sani.
I know his name is Sani, yes.
Yes. This person told him in one of the videos, sir, he said, Mr. President, remember you trained us. Remember when you used to champion this cause against injustice. Remember when you used to tell us that refinery and all those things need to be this, that it is our right. Now when he has come to power, he cut off everybody and said, if you do PIM, I silence you.
So he has come back to APC now.
Are you getting what I'm saying now? So all these things are what the nation knew. But the politicians do that so that they can have access to the power. And the moment it has been grabbed, you can't take it away from them. And that's the reason why we are seeing what we're seeing now. The constitution, like you have said, is there. But the constitution is not powerful enough to tame the inadequacies of this
against government. And I was surprised that when I heard I was back in April, I said, wow, is that how is it? Quickly, you just open the door and you are already in another room. Now, now, there's something I want to say. Esther, there's something I want to say. I've been thinking
don't
about
think
this
too
thing.
much, oh.
No, it's permissible to think, but don't
worry.
No,
he said you have been thinking.
Let him not get worried over it, but you can think. So you can brainstorm.
Yes.
Now, I think we should be looking at President Natasha very soon.
Really?
President Natasha.
I'll tell you something.
Uduagan.
This
country. I love the way. See, she's the only person fighting. Wait, Esther,
don't go there.
Esther, I'm coming.
This country no agree.
Wait, Esther, I'm coming.
Whether they agree or not.
There's something I want to say.
Yes. Go ahead, please.
Look at this. Look at Natasha.
Yeah.
This Natasha, only one. She's a female, oh.
Yes.
Only one female fighting the Senate president. Now the Senate president is so, afraid that he needed the backing of the senators to be able to defeat this woman. Do you notice that?
In the Nigerian system.
You get it?
Wait,
you can see how this woman is so, so strong.
Mr. Lawal Ekundayo. The Nigerian system as it is now. I don't know, maybe for generations to come.
Women are more than men.
See,
Esther. The way the system has been wired and configured. Did you see how they went about her recall? That the court had to stop INEC from accepting
receiving
any petition of recall. They went to her community where she was supposedly voted in. They said they wanted to give them palliative. People were signing. They thought it was palliative because you need a certain number of persons for recall. And instead, that was not the case. They told them to come with their voters card to write their name. So a lot of them queued. It was only a few who were literate enough to read the paper that they gave them to sign on that realized, this is not palliative now. Where is the palliative here? You can imagine this country, somebody sponsored that exercise.
So you can now see
the court had to tell them that for now, while the case is in court, for now, there's a stay of execution for that recall process.
Do you know some similar thing happened before 2023 election, in which our presidential candidate actually went to get some people and call them bishops and imams, paid them to tell them to say that the religious leaders in the country supported him. Whereas they were hired.
Yes.
I mean, to let you know how far these politicians
that proves the point that is a scene episode, scene this, scene that episode.
They just write this script
and begin to pick up people to play it. See, look, Esther.
Meanwhile, the court has said that for concerning the defection of the 27 lawmakers in Rivers State, they've announced April 16 as the date to deliver its verdict on the suit concerning the potential dismissal of a defection suit filed by the Labour Party against the 27 lawmakers in Rivers State House of Assembly. A couple of persons will say they already know what the verdict will be on that 16th.
So they didn't defect.
Are you getting
telling us what we see? It's like calling you it's
see
only in Nigeria.
You see, for Adam Oshomole to say this in a couple of years ago that come back to APC and have your sins wiped off.
Your sins are forgiven.
They're forgiven.
He doesn't say wipe, except forgiven.
Okay, they are forgiven. Fine. There are validities to those statements because of the various persons who have engaged in corrupt practices, and yet it is silent. Now, every fight, every trouble, every unrest in any part of this Nigeria is a sponsored thing by the politicians. If not so, why would you give people something to sign for different things and you are telling them palliative?
I mean,
that shows that the politicians.
It tells you that the hunger and poverty in the land
what I wanted to say. The hunger
is weaponized.
Yes,
and so we use this thing in 2027.
Oh, come on, what are you not saying? So the politician will make you hungry to the point that they are giving you akara of 5 naira and you are thanking God for 1 million naira.
Mr.
They purposely did so.
I said today is Friday. I don't want headache to catch me.
All right.
You are making me become emotional.
No, but we need to say the truth because we are not comfortable. There is a Nigerian that was promised to some of us when we were young that's going to be a better Nigeria. We've had it when we were in our primary school. We had it when we were in the secondary school. We had it when we graduated from the university. After many, many years, up to now, our children have grown. We have not seen the light showing the fact that a better Nigeria is coming. Rather, we are getting it worse by second, not by minute. Every second of the minute, of the hour, there is something wrong about Nigeria.
Nigerians are suffering.
Please, so
there's
something
Nigerians are suffering.
I want to
as
say.
in hunger, they wipe.
No,
it's not funny.
You know they go streets. If you go streets, you go, no. Somebody knock on my gate after I returned back last week Friday. Which day was I? Well, I came here. Somebody knocked on my gate. Yes. And I was like, I didn't know this person from Adam. But hearing my voice, I told the children, get back. No, it's night. And got home to the gate and opened the door. He said, Daddy. I said, Daddy, from where? Who born you? Praise. So I was like, who born you? How did you get to say Daddy? He began to play this now. His father is sick and is down, and the persons that he believed that was going to give him money to get some food, and the drugs that he was meant to take, he can't get those drugs because even the few one he goes now, he cannot take those drugs because there is no food. And I was like, your father is sick. There is no food. There is no money to get drugs. What's the next thing that will happen to that man?
He's dying.
He's dead.
Let's go to death.
I'm talking about personal experience.
Let me give you personal experience. Last week, I wanted to go from my house to a supermarket to buy something, so I enter keke. I did the keke now for money. This man, dressed well, wore a blue shirt. I will never forget his outfit. Gray, looking neat. So it was just both of us behind the keke. While I was approaching where me I will alight, he said, "Madam, don't alight it." I said, Ogini, what happened? Because me, I'm like, what are you? He said, "Please, just give me 100 naira." Sir, please, let me just add to what I have. I'm going to the next bus stop. I'm just trying to look for a job. So what?
Yes.
One lie.
That one every day. That one every day.
I'm not kidding.
Mm-hmm. Now every day. This one every day. Come to my bus stop. I don't want to call.
Is it bus stop?
There, you see. At the other side, you cross the road to this side. You see, you say just 15 naira, please.
So they will say, please, I'm not asking for me. Just
buy me bread.
You say buy me
water. Just
so that you know
pay.
That
yes, that you're not asking you to take your money anywhere. He said buy, just pay for it. I'm okay. That's the level of the hunger that is in the nation.
And give them a good granite.
And somebody is telling you that we are not interested in regime change. Let them do whatever want to and let us be chopping.
Please, so there's another thing because I have a lot in my mind.
We have to do step down today.
No, we are not stepping down.
We're stepping down.
No, let's step down. Let's step down. But give him a minute to say what he wanted to say. There are a whole lot of things that need to be tackled.
Listen, please, the president said that he accused Fubara concerning the bomb, the explosions in the pipeline. But up till today, we have not had any broadcast. Somebody coming to tell government official coming to tell us that these are the groups that actually did that. Because up till now, it's like it's died down. I expected them to have come back.
It has died on 10,000 Nigerian troops are in Rivers State. Why won't it die down?
They should tell us what that explosion that Fubara is accused of. We need to know exactly the truth because there are people there who are paid contractors, security contractors, who are supposed to be monitoring
secure that access.
And then we also have government security operatives in that area.
Yes.
You get it? And we want them to come out and tell Nigeria what exactly happened in that place. So that we can clear this
Mr. Lawal, you amaze me by saying this. Ask me why.
You would amaze me.
You see, you amaze me. Listen, do you know why I said this? I'm saying
you are not in this country.
You see, I'm saying it passionately. I gave a scenario of a man who tell you, throw this stone at this glass. And you know too well a stone, a pebble that goes and hits a glass will get it broken. Don't you expect that glass to be shattered? And you are coming to tell the person the glass has shattered. Who you are reporting to the person who told somebody to break the glass. What do you expect from him? The explosion, it can be organized.
That's what we are saying.
Are you getting what I'm saying now? And even if it is
suspended,
yes,
everything just
died down
as if the problem has been solved.
Oga, Nigeria they sick. We not know the doctor where go fix Nigerian palava.
And then you have some young persons who are feeling the tension in this country. I
Why
said
not?
I was on X today. Somebody posted something on the Lagos State Water Corporation and said that they want any public office here. The jobs should be given first to the indigenes of the state before any other ethnic group. In fact, it was not just any other ethnic group. It's targeted towards a particular ethnic group. I was shocked when I saw it today.
It is not the news.
The person puts it, the Lagos State now wrote and said that the HR of the water corporation is from a certain ethnic group, that there's going to be bias in how why would the state government outsource that job for recruitment? Normally if they don't have the staff strength, they will outsource this thing. That why are they outsourcing? They will start calling out the governor, that the governor is the one causing all this, blah blah blah. Esther, I was shocked. I saw it and I was like, what is this?
Esther.
And the worst part is that you have government officials monitoring conversations on social media, monitoring conversation threads and trends. None of them serving in this administration has called them out to say, stop what you're doing. This is dangerous. So any company or organization in this state now, you want to make it an indigenous thing. So we're no longer a federal government.
It is no longer a news
so
to have
that is the case, why not declare that we should go back to a regional system of
Somebody has said that if you want to work, go back to your state. This one is my state. It's not a news.
Including
private sector.
Called out the state government. Called out the Minister of Environment, Tokunbo Wahab, said that is his purview. Lagos State Water Corporation, because they're outsourcing to get staff recruitment or something. Said that the HR is from a certain ethnic group. That why would they do this? That they should train their youths. Whatever the job should be given to them first before any other. I'm like, what? What is this?
Like what happened in 1950 something to 1960? APC that scattered the whole country that time.
What are these people doing?
Declaration of Tafawa Balewa.
What are these people doing?
You see, that is no longer a news. Ask me, I will tell you.
This is a dangerous.
It has gone beyond the government issues to even private sectors. Go to industrial areas and see this thing played out. That a chief in a particular community where this factory is situated will give you lineup of his list of persons to be employed. If these persons are not considered, no other persons from any other place to be given consideration. I am not saying tales. This is what is happening. I'm telling you, it has extended to the private sector.
So does it mean that 2027 elections is basically going to be like this? Is that what it is?
It has been decided already.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for you to call in because we must step down. I will not give myself headache. Nigeria wahala no be today starts. You don't start from time immemorial.
Are we taking good or are we taking a drink or whatever?
We are just going to talk about something that is lighter.
And that's true. In context, what is stepping down?
We're just going to just discuss something lighter. After we will take Gouda. The number to call is 08036929933 08036929933. The WhatsApp number is 0817175638 0817175638. Please, can I have the phone for the calls, please? 08036929933. That is the number for you to call. And the WhatsApp number is 0817175638. Please, where's the phone? Okay, maybe you can send your messages on WhatsApp right about now. Okay, the phone is here. Hello, good evening. How are you? Thank you for joining us today on the Evening Rush. Happy Friday to you. How are you, sir?
I'm good. My name is Ikechukwu Austin.
What did you say?
Ikechukwu Austin.
My name is Ikechukwu. I'm calling from Okota Road.
All right, Ikechukwu, please go ahead.
Okay, please. There is something that nearly broke my mind now. Your guest there, she withdraw this statement that the result of 2027 have already reached.
You said what?
Your guest just said that 2027 election, this election had already reached, something like that.
Okay.
No, let him not say like that.
Okay, so you should not say like that. Anything can change.
That's going on now, we will change it in 2027.
I hope so.
Yes, we are going to change it because we are ready for them. We are waiting for them.
Okay.
There is something that happened to Enugu. Enugu was a one-man state. There is this thing called a banner, Kabas in Enugu. During then, there is nothing. Everybody, if you know from that a banner structure, you will not be a councillor in Enugu state. But during last election, we see an avenue to penetrate them, and we did. And I'm telling you that even the present governor narrowly escaped. Otherwise, everybody agreed to push all of them out, and we did. We push all of them out. Those people that place now, when you take Enugu, the governor is doing his work. Everybody is doing his work there. Why? Because we tell them where to stay, and we are going to do it in everywhere in this Nigeria. Come 2027. Anybody that's telling you that the election has already written, that means that person may not even be alive and hear the result. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Well, it is determination. People are ensuring that this time they secure their votes. People are going to work hard. I mean, I had Mr. Ife Salako here, was it not 2 days ago, where he said he doesn't mind that he will pay, even if it means him paying thugs to secure their votes at their polling units. That is not going to be business as usual. And I do hope that this should be a clarion call to INEC, to the government, to allow free and fair elections that is devoid of inducement or whatever means. I know, to be honest with you, I really wish that's what it will be.
In Nigeria, I hail.
No, it's possible. Change is possible.
I believe in
change is possible.
You see, I am a proponent of change.
We can't be having these conversations all the time. And
I'm a proponent of change, but as long as this wide margin between reality and ideal is still very wide, you see, one of the problems we have in Nigeria, like I keep saying over and over, and I'm saying it, is this: the people who pioneer these irregularities are mercenaries of the state. So before you be able to take it away from them, they use the state resources against any person that be. So who is that individual that has such amount of money to be able to contend? But in an ideal case, if Nigerians are no longer comfortable with this nonsense happening, a change can be.
That means you are still talking positive.
So,
hello, good evening. Hello.
Yeah. Good evening, Esther Wachuku.
Good evening, sir. What's your name?
My name is Chinyere. I'm calling from Ibadan.
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. My sister, you see, Nigeria, what made that man to make that statement that 2027 election is fixed? Why we have somebody who say, grab it and run away with it? What Nigeria expects to come out of that person?
Oh.
Are we expecting good governance from that person? Are we expecting good relationship from that person? Are we expecting one Nigeria from that person? No. We can never see something good from such man. So when you say and he's speaking, because remember when Tinubu was contesting election, before who is already bought, they've already give them money to use skin and close their mouth, not to say truth. But the majority that will say the truth have to suppress those that are against Nigeria improvement. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for calling. All right, 08036929933. The WhatsApp number is 0817-1756-338. 0817-1756-338. That is the WhatsApp number. Meanwhile, the number to call is 08036929933. Turn down the volume of your radio, please. Thank you very much. Have you done that, or completely turn off your radio? Hello? Hello? All right. Please call us back. There's a noise at the background and it's disconcerting. Hello, Dennis. How are you today? Hello?
Good evening.
Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Mr. Chike. Mr. Chike is calling from Ago.
All right, sir. Mr. Chimezi, go ahead, please.
I greet your guest.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Please, I greet your guest.
Good evening.
Those who are saying that 2027 election has been rigged and they have been prepared, those people are liars. It's just a propaganda the same government is using against the people. We should not rely on that. Those people are saying it of this mob, the devil, which are using against us. Been done. The APC people, they are afraid. They are afraid to cook whatever thing they want to cook because they are liars and propagandists. So they have not done anything. Come out in mass. Who is that giant, as that last speaker said? Who is the mighty ego among them? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
God
All right.
bless
Thank
you.
you for calling. All right. Hello. Good evening. How are you? Hello. Good evening.
Yes, good evening. This is Wisdom from Satellite Town.
All right, Wisdom. Please go ahead.
Yeah, what I would like to say is Nigeria is in a state of virtue in distress, fire in triumph, and this has made corruption of Nigeria. I would want to believe, and I'm afraid, the fundamental issue is not even within those at the top. It's even from the grassroots, the newborn.
Okay.
All Nigerians, as it is now, we have a mindset, we have a way of life, and that way of life is actually corruption. Sometimes I ask myself, am I even different from those people out there? I'm even afraid to justify myself to be different from them because I'm a Nigerian. That's who we are. It's like this thing is not in our blood already. It's like when it comes to money, we can be bought, because if you are not for sale, you can't be bought. But it seems that every Nigerian at a point has a price. So I'm afraid, I don't know. I just believe if we want to change anything, we should start within ourselves. So that's all I just want to drop.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. 08036929933. That's the number. How are you, Zara Nadia? Good evening. Thank you for joining us today.
Good evening, yes,
How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm fine. Welcome. Please go ahead.
Well, the main reason why I call it, I just want to listen. The main reason I call it just for you to direct people on what to do, what to say.
To direct people on what to do or what to say?
The analysts, what the analysts mean. You know, I greet my brother first. First of all, I greet my brother Lawale Gundayo.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, sir. In the other gentleman, I greet him too.
Hola, Emmanuel.
Thank you. Good evening.
Esther, the only thing I just want to say, people will just call and they try to, as if they want to be insultive to this person that made suggestion. He said, maybe this 2027, this thing will be written. It's for Nigeria to prepare their mind. Just to prepare yourself for that ahead. Not for them to call and they...
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Not for them to call and be what?
And not to come and maybe try to insult the person. No.
No, they're not insulting. They're just saying that we should not even allow that.
Yes, just to say that, just for them to prepare themselves. You see, that's what this is. Just like he gave them info, like in exam. So for them to just call and be try to everyone just say.
No, they're just saying that it's a propaganda technique. Nobody should psychologically be chained. They should come out and vote in 2027. That's what they're encouraging.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let me. Esther, the only thing is this only this thing I've been busy since morning, just to try to listen. I said let me on my this and listen to Nigerian news, and I was expecting that maybe by this time that prepare impeachment of Tinubu and Akpabio for the step they make to remove a elected governor.
We've been discussing that in all our content now. So where else? Which talk you want to talk reach again? Which talk you want to talk reach again for their matter?
No, this is I opened this thing. I opened just for me to hear if they have just because
that is his expectation. Yeah, they expected that by now what has happened in Rivers will have attracted impeachment move because it is unconstitutional.
Impeachment move from the senators to impeach the president. Waiting now.
Exactly.
It's
not even from Akpabio.
You not seen the romance? How can you be expecting that?
I have said it, my brother. As long as there is a romance between the executive,
my dear sister, let me leave you, but I'm not appreciating the analyst.
Thank you so much, my brother.
Hello. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, and the two intelligent men in the studio.
How are you, sir?
Good evening.
I'm okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
My name is Chike. I'm calling from my papa.
All right, Chike, please go ahead.
Yes. First of all, let's start. The thing you talked about, people hunger in the street, it's not just hunger. When you say something like that, it's an understatement. The reason why I normally go to my house in the night because I was born and brought up in Kodu. I am popular there. But when I close my business in Awapa here, I go in the night because I cannot even sustain all the people in the street, you know. So it is something that may lead to another different thing entirely if you continue this way. And you said something about the opposition.
Yes.
Why the opposition are silent.
And
I will give you the reason why they are silent. The PDP during their time, the democracy, they are more civil than this APC-led Tinubu.
Okay.
Tinubu government is not anywhere, practicing democracy. What they are practicing is autocracy. And not only that, the system where Tinubu is using is that he decided to gather all the prominent institutions like police, the army, the judiciary.
Hello?
Lock them up and keep the key in his pocket. If the opposition comes to make, he will just go and open the room and say, the gap of the police, give me 10,000 of your men. Let me go and attack my enemy outside there. So the time you receive that kind of heavy attack, so you will respect yourself. If you have a wife will tell you want to die for Nigeria. So, but let me assure you, there are people who are planning evil against this Tinubu APC.
Okay.
Anybody who can predict what will happen from 2027, that person might be a pathological liar. The people that will deal with Tinubu, they are not ready to expose themselves at the earlier time. When the time comes, we see how it will happen. I believe that the opposition are ready to resist this kind of can I call it evil men that is calling themselves leaders. By 2027, we are going to see surprise.
All right.
And I assure you that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Esther. How
Good
are
evening.
you?
I'm fine. I'm so sorry for keeping you waiting.
No problem, no problem. And I greet my two brothers with you there.
Good evening, sir.
God bless them.
Amen.
God bless
Amen.
them.
Thank you.
Ọlọ́run á máa wà pẹ̀lú yín o.
Amen.
Esther,
Sir?
let me say this. We always said civilian government is better than military government.
Yes.
Yes, I know that you say yes, but to me, I'm not agree with that yes. Since the exit of
Hello, sir.
military hello, can you hear me?
Okay,
Oh
you were
God.
breaking at some
Can you
point.
hear me?
Okay, continue.
Oh, okay. Because I'm driving. Yes, we said civilian government is better than military. Yes, I'm agree. But in Nigeria, problem military are better than civilian. Since the rule of military and the rule of civilian, can you count what military has done for us in terms of infrastructure and count what civilian have done to us? Look, we said that we don't want military, and you suspend a elected governor and you brought in a military person. What's that telling us? It's telling us that the military are better than civilian. That's what I can say. What's the difference with military and the civilian? This man brought in a military to replace an elected
Hello?
and he declare state
Hello?
of emergency. What is hello?
Did your phone fall?
Oh, my earpiece.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Can you
continue.
hear me? Okay. Now that he declared state of emergency in Rivers State, what happened in Benue? They kill people every day in Benue. They said Benue is the basket food of Nigeria. Now, Benue is the burial ground for people of Nigeria.
Every day.
They cannot walk. Okay, look at recently they killed 3 soldiers
In Yobe.
in Nigeria there, in Yobe. You can't declare state of emergency. There's no killing in Rivers State before you declare the state of emergency. In Lagos, you didn't declare state of emergency. In Taraba, everywhere, you don't declare the state of emergency. They are trying to grab Rivers State and run with it. That's what is going on. May God bless you, VOP, to give us voice to say something.
Amen.
Esther, I'm crying for Nigeria. Look, I'm here in United States. I wasn't born in United States, but I'm claiming a citizen of United States. What can I claim to be a citizen of Nigeria? I only claimed the citizen of Yoruba land when I was in primary school and modern school. Free education then. Since then, there's nothing I can boast.
So pathetic.
It makes a lot of sense.
It's so
it does. The
pathetic
network
to
is
have
poor.
your nation that you
Hello,
cannot
good
be
evening.
proud of.
Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name, sir?
I am Robert calling from Yanapaja.
Hello?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name?
My name is Robert calling from Yanapaja.
All right, Robert, please go ahead.
Yes. You know, this country, since the inception of this government, any government that is founded on lies
that is founded on dishonesty. From day one of this government, everything is based on lies. Nigerians have seen the right thing to do, but the government turned it upside down. When the president entered into the presidency, Nigerians have seen, and they say all what that happened concerning the election and everything. They can't say anything, they can't do anything. And it was overturned and was given to the person of their choice. Any foundation that is based on lies will continue. You know lies? When you tell one lie, it will generate another one, and another one, and another one.
And the lie keep going on.
How many court orders has this government obeyed?
All right.
Nnamdi Kanu has been there over the times, and it has been declared that he should be freed. Government turned it upside down. Are you talking about the Senate in all their judgments? Are you talking, which one do you want to mention? And because these things cannot be gotten straight from the foundation, that is why we cannot get it right. Unless the foundation is destroyed and started again, that is when we get it right in this nation.
Thank you very much.
We pray that God will touch who it will touch. Because when the Senate has known that this is what is going to happen, how can it happen? And how has it happened before? That nomination two-thirds can be only be seen on voice notes. I don't understand. So until even if the judiciary, when they want to
we need to take other calls. Okay. We need to take other calls.
You will still see things will be turned upside down.
Yeah.
To make sure no
position
honesty will be maintained.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. He's like he's not hearing. He's not hearing me. Meanwhile, there are allegations. Our reporters made a publication that some of the senators collected $10,000 for them to assent to the state of emergency. Yes, that they collect between
25 and 15.
Well, it's $10,000. That's the official report I saw, that they collected $10,000. But one of the senators, Umeh, has come out to debunk that. That's in fact the reason why he came out to debunk that is that according to Sahara reporters, he was the one we carry the money, go they share, to the senators. Like, okay, make una take, make una agree. Because it was very few people, very few of them. They didn't. Yes, no. They said in the closed door session, Seriaketikson actually walked out because he said he voiced out. He said yes, and Tambua. He said the Senate president wanted to infringe on his right to speak. He had to call out the Senate president. Excuse me, we're colleagues. We should be granted mutual respect. You can't silence me. We need to go into a closed door meeting. And the House said, okay, that's what we wanted to do. They now went into a closed door meeting. He was challenging some of the process, but apparently majority carries the vote. Those who dissented, yes, it was not. So those who dissented, they weren't even attended to. They weren't even listened to. So that's one of the things. But this senator had to come out to debunk that they were not giving money.
What would he say
as bribe for them to accept the fact that or validate the president's
spending state of dollar in a Naira nation?
Oga.
That's not new.
No. I'm not looking at it from that angle.
Sorry.
That's a long
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
I can hear you, sir. Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. My name is Emmanuel.
Emmanuel. Where's your location, please? Hello? Ogudu. Emmanuel, your voice is not very loud. Put your mouth for the speaker. Maybe we hear you well.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
My name is Emmanuel.
Emmanuel. All right.
Yeah. See, I want you to see all this. This is not action scene. Nigeria is just playing action scene. Nigeria is playing action scene. Moreover, if you watch from the day Tinubu entered into the presidency seat, you can see all this thing is just movie. They are just playing. After they die for film. After they die for film. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me read some messages. So some of you that are calling, I may not take some of your calls for now. Ugo has been calling. No. All right. Hello. Good evening. How are you? Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Esther, how are you?
I am fine, sir.
I greet everybody.
Good evening.
This is Kelechi from Oshodi.
Hello?
Kelechi
Can you
from-
hear me?
Okay, yes, go ahead now. You were very low.
I don't have any contribution about Nigeria problem. I just want to say congratulations to Super Eagles.
All right, thank you very
That's
much.
a step down.
That's a step down. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, bye-bye. Congratulations to Nigeria. Yes, congratulations to Super Eagles. Okay, let me read some messages so we can quickly go to our step down. Good evening. The seeming ignorance of the voice vote should stop. You are now thinking the lawmakers just passed it by those voice votes for nothing without seeing bags of Ghana must go or promise of automatic re-election by the seeming illiterate Nigerian voters as it's habitual of the president in his meetings with them. Look, the presidential powers have been usurped by the president himself. The president had wanted to rule Rivers State by his proclamation for not less than 6 months as he planned in his coup d'etat state of emergency speech to capture Rivers State votes or subtract it from the 2027 vote population to win, having known that Rivers State is not his party's stronghold. But to his chagrin and in consonance with the Nigeria's constitution provisions, the National Assembly have cleverly appropriated those powers of handling the Rivers State governance and stating that the state of emergency may not necessarily last up to 6 months. President Tinubu had only had to swallow his pride in accepting the reviews of the lawmakers or mess himself up. Therefore, President Tinubu shall be lobbying and bribing the lawmakers' nans to do his rigging biddings. But how many biddings of his can he finance successfully, and with what monies? He can't bribe all his biddings without burning his fingers. Has the president not shot himself in the foot? If a cheat dies, a cheat shall buy him. Well, the president claims the president is of the note that democracy prevails. So I don't think fingers were rubbed or bribing took place. Good evening, crew. Bolaho from Okwaba. For the state of emergency of Rivers, your president didn't do it in the north, where bandits and Boko Haram are having their way, but he declared it in a peaceful state. In NSAS time, there was no state of emergency in any part of the country. Then you can see this is scripted. Even your voted for it. You can see weekend his Oga Tinubu has similar character traits. Snatch it, grab it, run away with it. Birds of the same feather flock together. How will there be peace without justice? It's a shame the worst of us is ruling the best of us. Truly, there was a country. This is Dio from Fagba. Okay, unfortunately, the ongoing crisis in Rivers State has led to a flurry of opinions, with many taking sides without considering the underlying issues. The Ijaw people have threatened to bomb pipelines if Governor Fubara is impeached, while Fubara has stated that he will issue directives when the time comes. This volatile situation underscores the need for a thoughtful and informed approach to resolving the crisis. I support President Tinubu's decision 100%. Abidin from Bagada. Well done, Abidin. I love your consistency. Well done. Good evening, dear Esther and honorable guests. What's happening in Nigeria is worrisome. That we citizens of this country can no longer trust the judiciary and the government. It's unfortunate that politicians are taking it lightly. Chris Oyemachuku from Trade Fair. Good evening, Esther and the guests in the studio. God bless you for a wonderful analysis. I stopped taking this country and government serious when our number 3 man came out publicly saying whatever the presidency brings to their table, they will approve it without any check and balances. This statement alone in a sane country is enough for impeachment. But here, anything goes. God help us. Oscar from Bariga. Good evening, Esther and crew. When Africans are sent to power, often swept up with ego, pride, Fubara could not manage his relationship for 3 months only, and he was making implicating and provocative statements. He did not have the brain that before you can take vengeance on the killer of your father, you must be stronger than the killer lest you go the way of your father. No assembly members to his credit, no executive member loyal to him, no party structure is not in his favor at all. He decided to fight his benefactor. Operating like a sim without network, he's stranded, no signal, no network, no support. What a man. Emmanuel, okay, well done. Indeed. A government who is not prepared for governance but borrows to loot, state capture, wasteful and unnecessary travelings, which has not yielded any result. Opportunities that you put in the vote of your central bank, you're taxing the daylight out of Nigerians, all because of 2027 vote buying gain. While you tell Nigerians to tighten their belt and to live their luxury lifestyle corrupt and above the law, cannot offer anything but lies, eye service, excuses, propaganda. That is why we're in this nightmare. Like Daily Faritimi said, you cannot bribe yourself into power and expect development. It's a shame the worst of us is really the best of us. Truly, there was a country. This is dire again. Sheikh Husani, thank you so much for that clarification. I sincerely do appreciate. Chidi from Urshidi, the well-blended leadership cocktail of Tinubu, Shetima, and Akpabio forcefully served to Nigerians can only taste like Congo and Afghanistan. All right, thank you very much. Good evening, VOP. When Wike was busy building houses for judges, what do you expect, Esther? Okay, this is Emmanuel. The dictatorship that Daily Momodu saw. Okay, he sent a link for us to check that out. Good evening, Esther and your guests. Good evening, VOP family. We're in a rat race time where masses suffer while politicians are enjoying. Why not they obey our constitution? Rubber stamp assembly will cry for their actions later. Where two persons fight, you condemn one person and cast the whole state in the injustice. God will judge APC government and their capturing tactics in Nigeria. Esther Wachuku, greetings to you and your guests in the house. President to wade into the corrupt judges. How possible when he benefited from the corrupt judges? Presidency have buried Nigeria constitution and laws. Nigeria is now vulnerable. Who will save Nigeria? Daniel from Agege. Good evening, Queen Esther and guests. Please, following your programs via Radio Gardens has been tough. It's difficult to make a sentence of your conversation. Kindly help tell your technical unit. In fact, it was before 7 a.m. Thank you, Simi Sola from Isolo. Simi, sorry. I'm sure they're working on it, okay? Please, we sincerely do apologize. Good evening, house. There is a proverb in my language. All right, when a child eats, what keeps him awake, he will sleep off. Please tell me, why will Wike make a noise again? Why will Wike being seen in public area again? Wike has gone back to his shell, for he had already achieved his aim with the best Democrat of our time and rubber stamp House members against his kingsman. Too bad. Wike should remember that he is the only minister in this administration that has no political party that he belongs to. Wike fighting his kingsman for no reason. Abuja is not his ancestral home. He will one day finish his duty. Sure thinking of going home. Let the Ijos be silent and see how their ancestors will silently settle this case. And for his tax master, the whole world is watching him. And his son said he's the best president for the whole world. Akaniru Kingsley from Yaba. All right. Esther, I love your voice. I wish to see you one-on-one. Ayo Edit from Ayobo. Ayo, we're virtual on YouTube. You can see my face. It's at VOP 903 FM, so you can see my face from YouTube. Good evening, VOP. Shakanade from Alabama. I'm just listening to Nigeria. Now, wow. Good evening, Esther Machuku. My name is Prince Samuel Ofobisi Oji from Ajagun Akpakpa, Lagos. On what is currently happening in River State, democracy in Nigeria is a mirage. On Nnamdi Kanu, only God can help him. I weep for my country. May God bless us. All right. Good evening, everyone. Nigeria is at its lowest conditions, but what baffles me is that some people that are not in this government are supporting this non-performing government due to sentiments, tribe, and religion. How do they really expect Nigeria to develop? When we are ready, we will take back our country. I weep for the common man. May God save our land. Amici from Mafoluku. Good evening, Esther and your guest. I'm Abraham from Mafoluku. Let me start off by making this parable that my mom used to tell me. If a chicken is continuously stirring at a country, it will eventually end up picking off its fruits. In other words, this beer that the president and his entire cabinet are brewing will eventually be served to them in a very cold and chilled manner because the masses, be it as it sees everything that's happening, we won't be food forever. And I can see a beacon of light not very far off. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much. Good evening, Esther and your guest. Justice in Nigeria is gone, especially with the president and the Chief Justice of Nigeria, who handed a fourth place person as governor of Imo State from Vitalis Iheanacho. You're me from Omole State, Lagos. Please, let's be sincere. You can't get what you give. Even between the Igbos, it's happening. The last time Bianca Ojukwu wanted to contest for Senate in Anambra, she was asked to go back to her father's state, which is Imo. Imagine, it's obvious, Igbos, if you can do that to an Igbo person like you, you are what you do to others, not from your clans. All right, Yomi, well done. Good evening, everyone in the house. God bless you all. You see, the problem of this country, Nigeria, is like someone battling more than 10 different illnesses at the same time. Mr. President, who is a doctor, is confused of which one to treat first, and at the same time giving the patient a treatment different from the problem. I'm short of words. It is well with Nigerians in Nigeria. May God save us all. Chidera from Mafuluku. All right, I think I have been able to take some messages. I can't take everything. All right, please, we need to step down. Esther, why do you call Akpapa? It's Akpapa. Is it not? It's Akpapa. No, it's not Akpapa. It's Akpapa. There's this actor that acted October 1, very slim and tall. He was part of one of our journalism class training. and he corrected us on how to pronounce. It's not Apapa. He said it's Akpapa.
The reason why that Akpapa is silent is because the Apapa is the hub of the nation's seaport. So as a result of that, the white men that came couldn't pronounce the P as the Yoruba pronunciations for P.
So they were calling it Apapa. So the pronunciation is Akpapa.
It's Akpapa because P in Yoruba is KP. Are you getting it now? So, but the Papa is not being pronounced in the Yoruba ethnic dialect.
Yes.
It is pronounced in an English way. That's why it is.
There's this man, I'm so sorry. He's late now.
I know.
He acted October 1st. Yes. He's very slim and that. He had an illness that I think he had a prostate cancer at some point, and he got better at some point, but he eventually passed on. He was part of our journalism class training, and he was able to correct us in how to call out some names. And that's when I learned how to call
some Yoruba names.
I'm correcting you now is Akpapa. Thank you very much. Yay. All right, let's go to our step down, ladies and gentlemen. All right, thank you for your patience, but we'll soon be rounding off. And I said today, we're not going to carry Nigeria matter on our head. All right, so pay attentively to this, and I would like to hear what you have to say about it. Good evening. Do we have a live appearance this evening? I'm trying to check. Today's what? Today's the Friday, right?
You've been saying
what time? Wow. Okay. All right. I think it's for 8:55. Hold on. Okay. Okay. It's not your time. All right. Good evening. Thank you. You can sit down. We'll come to you very soon. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So last year, our landlord said he wanted to renovate the house and he wants all tenants to leave before this year, January. My husband and I began our Lagos house hunt almost immediately to avoid any form of embarrassment from the landlord. The process was the worst. And the pressure was on me as my husband's busy schedule didn't allow him to join me on the house hunt. It took weeks of searching and I even lost a client from my online job due to the demands of house hunting. But finally, after months of searching, I found the perfect place. Although the apartment was a bit above our budget, I was able to secure a loan to supplement my husband's savings. We were thrilled to move in and start our new life together. But then the unexpected happened. Our neighbor who has been on vacation with his family returned. Okay. And to my surprise, it was my ex-boyfriend, Alex. My husband was not comfortable with the situation. He had trust issues, and the fact that Alex and I had a history together made him uneasy. He started to wonder if I still had feelings for Alex, and if being in close proximity with him would lead to a rekindling of our past relationship. I tried to reassure him that there was nothing to worry about. Alex and I had parted ways due to our incompatible genotypes, and I had long moved on. Besides, Alex was now married with children, and I was happy for him. It would be shameful for us to even engage in any shitty act. But my husband wouldn't hear of it. He has been on my neck to start looking for another place as he isn't comfortable with having my ex as neighbor. I honestly wouldn't mind living, but does it make sense that we should leave a house we paid a year and a half rent for? A house that I took a rent for up to 3 months, that I took a loan to pay the rent to is there. I'm hurt that my husband would think I would cheat on him and have just settled after months of intense house hunting. I honestly can't start all over again. I have tried my best to convince him to let us be, at least use the rent first before we now get another apartment. And when it's over a year, we can start hunting for another place. But he isn't listening. He comes home every day to yell and ask why I haven't started searching yet, claiming that I'm not doing it yet because I want to be close to my ex so that we can start an affair. I am really tired. How do I assure him that I am honestly not having anything to do with my ex? How can you ask me that we should move out of this apartment now? Does he know what it took me to search for and hunt this house? Please advise me. What do I do?
We should advise. As in advice.
Advise her. What should she do? The husband is insisting they should pack out. That he doesn't trust the fact that their neighbor is her ex.
Did she tell her husband?
Obviously, the husband knows about the ex now.
No. From the beginning, before she packed into that.
She said
She's
no.
not
They didn't
aware.
know. She just happened to see that the person that is their neighbor is their ex, the ex that she used to date.
No. Okay, what she's saying is that it was when she packed into the house that she now saw that her neighbor
Is her ex.
Is her ex.
He traveled, and then
So
when
how did
he
the
now
husband know about the ex?
they both got married. People discuss their ish now. They discuss their past relationships.
You can
now.
discuss your ex, but did he point out that that's my ex?
That's
for the man to know.
Mr. Ola Emmanuel,
Yes.
please. Mr.
Yes, that lady need an advice. The advice is that if she wants her home to be happy, she should start a new search. Yes, the reason being that's the husband. And as long as the husband is not feeling secure, the fear of loss that his wife will find herself in the arm of her ex is the reason why the man is saying, go on a search. If you want peace, let her look for another place.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
Your wife. It is very, very.
Hello?
And again, yes, can you hear me?
Yes, what's your name?
My name is Chike from Apapa.
All right, Chike, please go ahead.
Yes, what I was saying is that the man is 100% correct. Any wise man wouldn't allow
his ex living with your
ex-boyfriend to be coming close or to be close to her. It's very, very dangerous.
All right. Thank you very much.
Dangerous one.
Thank you. All right. I will take 2 more calls because we have a live appearance. Yes?
You wanted to talk about one journalist that died of protest.
No, she's not a journalist, an actor. He acted October 1. He's very dark and slim, very slim.
Are you talking about Rotimi?
No, it's not Rotimi. It's not Rotimi. Okay. Yeah, he acted October 1st, the movie. He acted that movie before he passed on. All right, 080-3692-9933. All right. Hello, good evening. How are you? What's your name?
This is Okambelina.
Hello?
This is Okambelina.
Okambelina, good evening. Please speak louder. Where are you calling us from, please?
Mafunuku.
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
I think the man is right. But at the same time, he should provide the fund.
Certainly.
The wife should not be the one to go and bring money again.
He said the wife should start looking for. He will fund it.
Hello?
I can hear you, sir.
That shouldn't be a problem. Let him bring out the money, and the wife doesn't have anything to do again when you have paid for the house. If you have paid for the house, your wife will never say she won't go there. Go and pay for your house and move your wife there.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Somebody just sent a message. Sadiq Daba, that's his name. Palm Wine Powerless. I love you. Mwah. Thank you so much. That was Sadiq Daba.
Yes.
Yeah. You are so amazing. Whoever you are, thank you. It's Sadiq Daba. He taught us. Yes. We did a journalism course at some point, and he helped us learn how to pronounce them. Yes. Okay. Yes. Thank you so much for that. I sincerely do appreciate you. God, your memory is fantastic. I love that. Thank you. All right. Remember, I told you that beyond a lot of things that we talk about here, we always have something special for you. All right. And this something special is targeted towards everybody. Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm so good.
Please serenade us. We need to make money.
You know, the reason why this man is complaining is because he doesn't have money.
See now.
It's simple. You don't want your wife to,
says she should go and look for another apartment.
Get a mansion, put her there and let.
If he has his money, Abi.
Yeah, so he needs more money. Facts. I know he might be making money, but he needs more money into his pocket. Once you have the money, it's easy. Some people get into an environment and they don't like it. He said, you know what? We are checking out
now.
Exactly.
They call an
the money is there.
An estate agent, get me a place and pay off.
Fast.
It's just like one young girl shot the family at the Yanoba. This young girl was just struggling. The whole family was struggling. That was 3 years ago. All of a sudden, one of the assets he got, digital asset he got, all of a sudden, skyrocketed price. This young girl sold out, moved to, what do you call it? The furniture place, bought everything, load off. I'm telling you a real life story. And came to the family house and said, because the uncle had been terrorizing them. They are living there, they are not paying. So he told the mom, I've gotten a house, I've furnished the house, I've done everything. Nobody could believe it. That worth millions. Before you know it, the girl was, let's leave this place. Leave all this rubbish. Let's leave this house. They were looking at her like, have you gone crazy?
Something is wrong with
It's
you.
okay,
Unimaginable.
it's okay, mommy. All of you, take me like a madman, but
follow me.
Follow me.
Please, Oga, share the secrets.
So
we need to make this money.
The secret is very simple. Like I said yesterday, and I'll be saying it. Anybody with a smartphone, by God's grace, personally, this has been my 7th year using my phone to make my money. I'm not talking about Yahoo. Legitimately. Let me give you an example. Many people have shops. I mean shops, not shop. Online. They have not spent 1 naira for it, like buying anything to put in there. But they are leveraging on what both social media and technology have brought to us. And that's because they have a smartphone, or some people call it big phone, some people call it an Android phone, whichever one. As long as it's working and is connected to internet, you can be able to do all you can with that and make your money. Now, the reason is maybe many people don't understand is because there are so many features on our phone, we call it applications, on our phone that we don't really understand. So by tomorrow, all road leads to Ikeja. If you are listening, if you are listening to me and you are here in Lagos, you want to change your financial state. We don't have time to talk about stories. All we talk is how to make money, finish, and use the available things in our hands. Not you giving me money or giving some company money and tomorrow you say, oh, I have lost money. No, this is a situation where with your phone, as long as you put your data, so when you are coming tomorrow, you need to come in with your smartphone, a working one, and then secondly, make sure you put at least 1 gig data on it.
All right.
We'll be able to show you. Now, they say money beget money. All right. Some of those applications are not free, but you are not giving anybody money to buy it. You buy it by yourself. We show you what to do. You might not have money tomorrow to buy it. Let me not, restrict some people not to come. But as long as you have a smartphone, make sure you are there tomorrow. You can come with your friends. By next month, we'll start another tour again for different states. It's not just only for Lagos. So you need to take advantage while we are here to make sure you get something good for yourself. Second thing is that the whole world is talking about artificial intelligence. Many people are like, what is this? It's real. Artificial intelligence can help you to do a lot, whether you are studying or you are doing business, whatever you are doing. Now, especially for those in business or those who want to go into business, most times their biggest problem is how can people know about me? Advert. All right? Now, some people say, oh, we'll go to Facebook and so on. Now, if you go there and do your advert, you will still be the person to follow the people up.
Exactly.
But here, artificial intelligence does that for you. You put in your information, they follow you up, they like somebody come to your page or to your website or to anything you have. As long as it's linked to your business, what happens? It will call you, the artificial intelligence will call you, we talk to you, we explain the business to you, we get you, a way of getting involved in the business and get everything sorted for you. So, like I said, all road leads to Ikeja tomorrow, whether you're a civil servant, a company worker, a student, as long as you need money for this year, 2025, if you really want your financial state to change, if you really want to make money, come around, let them show you or teach you, direct you what to do with the smartphone in your hand. Let that phone not be smarter than you.
Yeah.
That's the truth. Let that phone you have in your hand. Because you spend money putting data, putting all sorts of things on it, watching videos. And the people who are watching their video, they have already made money. The more you watch, they make money. Let them show you also how you can use just simple applications that are right there on your phone that you don't know how to use it and make money for yourself. You might be hearing this all the time. They talk about phone, applications, smart. Don't worry. What we are going to teach you is very simple. You don't need to be a tech geek. You don't need to be a computer scientist. No. As long as you know how to send a text, how to receive it, how to check your mail, whatever you can do with your phone, answer call, you will be able to do what we're going to show you tomorrow. So I would like you to say, yes, it's just 11 a.m. You don't need to talk too much. Just yes.
Business Summit and Training.
Yeah.
22nd of March.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Time 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Text YES, yes, via WhatsApp, right?
Yes.
Or a normal text message or just WhatsApp?
No. They need to text us from their WhatsApp so that we are sure that you have all it takes to be in the same.
All right, so via your WhatsApp,
Yes.
your WhatsApp application on your phone. That's what he's trying to tell you, how to use these applications and make money. Yes, YES on your WhatsApp. And the number to send it to is 081-8074-4066. I'll take it again. 081-8074-4066. Remember, text yes via WhatsApp to that number. Okay? Ambassador Philip Asonu, organizing Business Summit and Training. Tomorrow being Saturday, 22nd of March, 2025. The number is 081-8074-4066. Thank you so much, sir. We sincerely do appreciate. Mr. Ola Emmanuel, please, a few seconds. What's your final take?
My final take to Nigerians is this. Don't watch what you don't like.
All right. Thank you very much.
If you're not comfortable with what is happening, then make move to change. Don't just see, don't just hear, make move and act accordingly.
All right.
That's my change.
Yes, I have two people I want to reach out to.
Okay.
I want to reach out to Fubara and I want to reach out to Natasha.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm so happy with the two of them.
Okay.
You know when you hold the lion and the lion roar and you are able to beat the lion, you get it. You are a hero. These people, these two are hero.
All right.
Natasha on one side fighting against the whole house.
All right.
And she's very. I like her to contest for president. I will campaign for her.
Thank you very much. Mr. Ola Emmanuel, thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
And Mr. Lawa Ekundara, I sincerely do appreciate. To all of you who called and sent messages, thank you very much. We'll see you on Monday. Good evening. Bye for now. My name is Esther Wajiku. Peace out.